Who is Randy?
Don't bring anyone mother into this.
Your mom in the fucking stand!
What you're watching is a video called The Facts, Feelings, and Wonder of Life.
My testicles would bother me. I mean, it's like one would hurt and the other would just be fine.
Now, for those of you not familiar with the term testicle, I think we should explain that the testicles are those two round balls.
How great is this thing? How great is this clip?
Yeah,
this was a talk I found, and I immediately showed it to you because I was so inspired. And
Testicles are those two round balls.
And everybody knows the balls hold the pee.
Pee. Yes, pee is stored in the balls.
That's right.
That's true.
It's
well known.
We were talking about what if Dr. Fauci was giving a speech and he's like, "Oh,
it would be so great to have Fauci on. Like, he's been doing all these press requests.
Yeah.
Zoom in and then just have him talk all about corona and be like, real quick before you go, sir. Yeah, what's that? Is pee stored in the balls? What?
No, but if Fauci was like, we've been doing extensive research, we've been working tirelessly day and night, and we've discovered that yes, pee is in fact stored in the balls. And you're like, wait, you're not working on the virus?
What about the virus?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Anatomically, we were convinced that semen was produced in the testicles, and that it is not. It's solely for your urine storage.
But what about the virus that's killing everybody?
Yeah, what about a vaccine? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Reach down and feel all that pee in your balls. What?
But how great were the 80s when they just had stuff like this? And I really think they should bring this kind of blatant discussion back.
Did you ever see the YouTube Australian morning show? Not from the 80s, from like 3 years ago, where the guy just comes out naked and the doctor's just like, he's like, these are his testicles. Yeah, it's like, what?
Why not, though?
Yeah.
I mean, this is how I learned sex ed, and I think that people are dumb, and I think they need to be re-educated this way. This was better.
Yeah.
What young women will notice, they'll notice some widening of the hips. And in addition to that, later on, the young women will notice the development of pubic hair, a special new kind of hair
look at his look on his
her
face.
genital area.
Yeah, I remember in grammar school, when I was in 8th grade, I had a friend of mine who had
a hairy pussy.
A full beard, and it was kind of strange for me, and okay.
Yeah, in 8th grade, you were getting laid.
A friend of mine had a full beard. Was your friend older than you? What the fuck? Oh, yeah, he was 23. Okay.
But especially an 8th grade Scott Baio, wasn't he like super famous already? And
he might have been
crushing puss. Like this guy never, he got his first heart on it, and someone sat on it. Like there was no lag time.
Yeah, he has never struggled.
No,
in that department. Wasn't he on one of those reality shows?
Yeah, we watched it.
It was years ago.
It was like Scott Baio grows up or something.
Yeah,
and
he's like, I'm tired of all this pussy.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah. And he wanted a family and all that, or the woman did. Wait, do you remember this kind of shit, though, in grade school?
Course.
It was so embarrassing.
And it would be like,
wait.
They always had like these real corny graphics and music.
So great. And how come that kid felt... I'm always surprised at that one kid that doesn't know how fucking uncool it is to be like, I noticed that one of my balls hurts.
Yeah.
Like, don't say that shit. Like, why don't you know that you will get beaten up for saying
You're
that
embarrassing
stuff?
everyone.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Stop.
Even if you have a real question, it sucks.
Yeah. Don't say it. You don't ask it, right?
Of course.
In public. Are you kidding me?
I'm Scott Baio, asking you to please take good care of yourself and have a great life.
Have a great life.
That's how you sign off?
It's a good sign off, though. It's a good
so
sign
crazy.
Have a great life.
That's the end of a show. Have a great life.
I noticed that my balls hurt.
Hi guys, welcome to Sex Ed. You might notice that your body's changing and you're feeling different. Maybe you wake up and your dick's rock hard, or you're sitting in a pool of sticky milk. It's okay. It's natural. You want to stand out in school. All right? If you want to stand out, you got to go varsity. Start fingering girls by the lockers. And and if you get a chance to hook up, eat her ass. No one's doing that in middle school.
But why do they always, first of all, it was always like the gym teacher that taught you about your body.
With
like
his little short shorts.
Well, with mine, it was Mrs. Spangler, who was
she hot?
No, she's a big old dyke, old and dried up dyke. Like she hadn't had her period in 20 years. And she taught us about the belt. This is in like late 80s BTW. And she's like, you can use a hygienic belt, which was like, no one used that anymore.
That?
Go ahead and Google it. It's like sanitary napkin belt.
Belt?
It's
Testicles are those two round balls.
No, it's like a sanitary napkin belt, and you could clip this. This is before they had glue on the bottom of maxi pads.
Ugh.
It was so dumb. Like, no. Oh, that's it.
That's it. It's a
pussy
pad.
And they're like, you can clip your pads to that. I'm like, I'm pretty sure we don't need those anymore.
Oh my God.
I know.
That's how they did it?
Not in the 80s, but this is what they taught us we could use.
So wait, she was hot though?
Super hot. And then I remember her chastising us because girls are pigs, you know?
Yeah.
And she was like, you have to keep the pad in the wrapper. That's why it's called a sanitary napkin. If it gets dirty, you get dirt on your vagina. I was like, oh, this sounds horrible.
The way you did that, I hated it so much.
I hated it. But don't you wish somebody appealing would have taught you sex ed?
Yeah.
Like somebody just who looked like they had their life together. And
you know what
like,
I remember doing in 8th grade?
I'm afraid to know. I'm so afraid. I don't know.
First of all,
I have a feeling I know where this is going.
First, I did a thing where you were supposed to take notes during the sex ed, and you could even do depictions. And when they did penis and testicles, I drew like a huge dick and balls, and I just remember the teacher walking over, looking at my paper, and just going like that, walking past me. But then I went home and I totally fooled my mom. I go, I just wanted to tell you something in sex ed today, and she goes, what? I said, the teacher. I don't know. It was kind of strange, but we were talking about sex ed, and then he pulled out his penis and his testicles, and she goes, "What?" And I go, "Yeah, he was just like showing us the parts, but I just don't know if that was wrong to do." And she was like, "He pulled him out." And I was like, "Yeah, he showed us. Like, these are the testicles, this is the penis, and then when you get."
Could you imagine? You're like.
And I kept it going for a while, and she was like, "We have to call your father. We have to call the school." I was like, "Why?" She goes, "Because." Take his penis out. You want to call her to see if she remembers?
Yeah.
Let's call her. I remember this
That would be so awesome if some dude did that. You'd be like, whoa.
Oh, dude, I'd be like, you know what the fucking craziest shit was today? My teacher jacked off in front of us.
I had nuns teaching us sex ed in 10th grade. By the time I was in 10th grade, they taught girls sex ed at this all-girls Catholic school I went to. And it was too late by then. We were all whores. Everybody was already fucking. And having a nun tell you about sex was so dumb. I remember one time there's a question box, and she asked what happens, what's blue balls? And this nun was like, oh, a man gets cold and his balls turn blue.
What?
That's how stupid they were, yeah. It's a miracle I wasn't pregnant in high school.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated.
She's the worst.
I mean, thank God my mother taught me about birth control.
Oh,
Otherwise.
Yeah. Sex ed's terrible.
It's terrible in the U.S.
But they don't do a good job at all.
Not at all.
They make sex weird.
Yeah, it's stupid. Make it embarrassing and stuff. Not like this show. Wouldn't you love the Scott Baio sex ed thing? I'd be like, let's watch every episode.
That'd be great. God, why is she the worst? She never, ever, ever
Scott
answers
Baio.
her fucking phone.
I've got pubes. Will you look at my pubes, Scott Baio?
I thought he was going to be like, oh, I remember when I was in 8th grade, I was hooking up with this chick. And hey, is mom with you?
No, she's playing bridge right now.
Can she stop for a second?
No, she can't stop at all. No.
Why?
She's in the middle of a bridge game. Online, live bridge game.
Okay.
She can't pause?
Well, what did you need her for?
I wanted to see if she remembered when I was in 8th grade and I told her that my teacher pulled his penis and testicles out during sex ed.
She's in the middle of playing bridge right now. She would fumble that one.
Can you ask her if she remembers that?
Charo.
I just want to
Pull girth out of the teacher did.
No. The teacher. Ask her if she remembers when I told her that my teacher pulled his penis and testicles out in 8th grade in sex ed.
She's playing bridge, but you can say it on the side here.
Okay.
Say it. Go ahead, Tommy.
Charo, do you remember when I was in 8th grade and I came home and I told you my teacher during sex ed pulled out his penis and his testicles in class?
Yes.
And what did you say?
I had a party. I think I wanted to go and confront him. I thought that was the most disgusting thing I ever heard in my life.
You thought, oh, yeah. But you believed me.
Completely.
Yeah. Because I told you that he told us, like, this is the penis, these are the testicles.
Yes, I remember. One of those things I don't forget yet. It was a lie.
It was a lie? Yeah, it was a lie.
She still doesn't
So
know.
you were capable of lying at that age like that?
Yes, it was.
Mom, I told you later that same day when I saw that you were going to make a phone call. Yes, of course. Yeah, otherwise we would have called. We wouldn't have been like, well, go back to school tomorrow, just see what he does today.
Good morning, Julia. Did you like that highlight? Why not watch a whole episode or look at other highlights here, or you can subscribe right here so you know when that...
You dumb broad.
What? I did that right. I know I did. Did I do that right?